to make his first appearance here on stream. It is the one and only Cascade's Lambo, or Lambo. If I'm saying that correctly, I always have a problem with names. And at bottom right, a player that I don't have a problem saying his name. It is the one and only Protoss player. It is Stardust.
Indeed. So, yeah, I mean, what we're going to see, I mean, it's going to be Lambo who dictates the pace of this game, which is very different to standard CVP.
Yep.
Stardust doesn't decide to wall off his natural as kind of ramp at his main base, so he's probably just going to go gate expand here once again. And Lambo just starts up an overload, starts up a couple more drones, and we'll see what he's about to go for in the start of this game. This map's so weird. I mean, obviously the big flaw of it is the natural is huge.
Yeah.
Like the natural ramp is huge. So yeah, I'm not too sure. I think I quite like the map. Besides the natural, I think the third base is quite easy to take. Honestly, it's fairly open, but by defending your third base, you're just sitting outside your natural, so it's quite easy to defend.
Yeah.
And your fourth base, it's a good distance away, but it's not impossible to defend. If they just made all the ramps a bit narrower, I think it'd be such a 10 times of a better map.
I don't understand why they actually had the fall protest to make the ramp massive. I don't know why Blizzard would do that, because every race is going to complain about that, except for Zerg.
Yeah, so we see the pull up on the way up here. I mean, we've already seen the gas. We expect it. I mean, 14-14 is such a great way to start on this map.
Definitely.
So,
oh, there's going to be a lot of aggression coming out here, I feel. A blank gas spawning Peter coming down. I honestly think because of the size of that ramp, but he is walling off, he is doing the correct thing and walling off the top of his ramp there, so Stardust sort of has an idea that something is going to be happening here.
Yeah, the thing is, we're going to see really interesting style here. I mean, Mothership Core should be on the way soon when that Cybernex Core finishes. I'm surprised Stardust didn't start a Zealot just to help finish the wall off here. Has he got 2 gaps in his wall at the top?
Yeah, he does.
Okay, so that's interesting. He's going to start his Nexus, but I mean, Speed's on the way, a couple of Lings on the way as well, and he needs that Mothership Core immediately here, and that's exactly what he's going to do. He starts that up. And starts it up before he even starts Warp Gate. That's how much he wants this Mothership Core out immediately. He knows how fast he needs some kind of photon overcharge defensively at his natural. So, a pylon coming up on the ramp. And the Ling's already starting to cross the map, though, so this is where it starts to become difficult already. And before even kind of Ling speed finishes, he's going to target down this pylon on the wall. And, I mean, the pylon on the wall is just going to go down straight away, basically. And Lambo's just taking a very late expo, but it doesn't matter at all, obviously. And yeah, I mean, pylon on the wall goes down, and this is basically the end of the natural for Stardust.
Yeah. This
is why this map is just...
He is getting a sentry out, though, to try and hold this, but...
Like, he's getting a sentry, but, like, I just don't see how he ever holds his natural. Like, even with a photon overcharge, Lings surrounding it, it's just going to be way too much. And
there is 10 Lings in production.
Force field coming down. I mean, these Lings are starting to take damage off of the Stardust, and off of the Mothership Core, but he's just going to lose his Nexus, and I mean, what do you do? I feel so bad for putting this map in the map. Like, I just feel stupid. Like, I really do.
You need to be avoided.
I've got nothing else to say other than I feel stupid. You see 2 gateways coming up for Stardust. He may try and go for a counter attack from this, but there's 100% no way he holds his Nexus here. He's not even going to waste the overcharge. And I mean, he's actually ahead in workers, which is something to consider. He's about 11 workers ahead because this was quite a big commitment from his opponent. He's still got another force field here. He's going to have another wall off available to him as well.
Yeah. And just making sure that he definitely walls that off there as them Zerglings are trying to break through.
Yeah, he's got that. So these Zerglings will actually all go down in the end, and Stardust has a little bit of an economic advantage. Apart from that, he doesn't have a natural. He cancels them extra pylons, and he's going to keep his Mothership Core near the front as well. This Overlords have come in and they've spotted a few gateways up, and we see more sentries starting up in production as Warp Gate's on the way as well. So, I mean, Stardust's not out of this just yet. He's still got a few more probes, but he's stuck to one base. He started up his +1 as well. And a lot of Lings are going to start moving across this map from Lambo once again, just to keep on this aggression.
Lambo is starting to drone up a little bit as while he's doing this attacking, so it is going to be quite hard for Stardust to be able to come back from this. He is going to try and kill that pylon, but Lings are constantly going to be aggressive. Now. Yeah, definitely.
What are your opinions? Just because not too much is going to happen for a couple of moments. What are your opinions on if a Protoss player just tried a 3-gate expand instead of like 1-gate expand? Do you think that would work any better? Or
I would say it'd be a lot more safer against any sort of aggression like
yeah,
this, which is going on.
I think the only problem is though then it becomes so standard.
Yeah.
I don't know, but because the Protoss player can obviously just probe scout as well on 9 on this map, so
Well, yeah.
maybe it's a possibility. But I'm sure someone who's a bit better at Protoss than maybe will tell me why it's just unrealistic at the same time. These things still just moving around. They might try and go and get another cancel here, but looks as though there's enough sentries to finally force these things back. And a Rotron now on the way for Lambo shows us that this is probably the next thing he wants to do to keep up this aggression. A Twilight Council is coming down as well from Stardust. So I wonder if Lambo actually gets aggressive with these Roaches or if he just gets for defensive purposes. He starts the Evolution Chamber, so it looks defensive.
I think he might be defensive here.
Base as well.
Because I'm pretty sure Stardust has the feeling right now. He said they're going to go in the DTs with Twilight Council. And he also is double expanding right now, so that's
I think this is a pretty smart choice, because now he's getting to the point where he's got the units to turn away any amount of Zerg army. So though he's been behind on these bases early on, he's going to get this very fast free base up.
Yeah.
And can this be punished by Lambo? Well, he starts up a few Roaches. I don't think it can be, not with this many sentries, and with Blink on the way now, with +1 finish, isn't it, as well? I think he's going to be in an okay position. If he gets a couple more gateways on the way up, I think Stardust, it's going to be about just fine. These few lings which are starting to head out across the map, they shouldn't achieve anything at all, really.
No. If he starts producing a high amount of Roaches, he definitely can do some damage here.
Could do something, but
that's not what he's doing.
I think as well it comes down to how well does Stardust scout as well. I mean, Stardust is always moving around with this hallucinated Phoenix, and he sees a few Roaches, he doesn't see many Roaches. 7 more Roaches on the way. So maybe we do see Lambo go for this aggression. He's only on 41 drones, so it's a bit too early to stop producing drones to just macro with. So as he continues to build Roaches, it definitely looks as though he'll do something aggressive here. And Blink is still 90 seconds from being completed, but it is being Corona boosted as well. The thing that Stardust is really missing is just more gateways. He's finally starting to add these at the top of his natural ramp.
I think he's just having to get into this sort of, what do you say, climax till he gets this army. And these probes.
If Blink comes out, if he gets Blink out and just 10 Stalkers, I think he's okay, because I think these the Roaches, they don't trade very well. The Stalkers have the upgrade advantage too, especially adding in the force fields as well.
Yeah.
And the Mothership cores Photon Overcharge. I don't think these Roaches can do too much, so I actually think Stardust is just about okay. He's warping in Stalkers. You've got to remember, Blink is still about 20 seconds away. We'll have Corona Boost on that as well. Can Lambo kill off this third base? That's what he's going to be trying to do. Photon Overcharge is used immediately, and immediately Stardust looking to try and come in and fight, and just buys himself some time, and that's all he needs to do, buy himself time. But more and more lings on the way, Roach speed and +1 missiles. So Lambo's going to keep up this aggression as Stardust does take a probe lead. So this is very interesting right now. Here comes Lambo coming in, but Blink is finished as well, which is a big factor. And Stardust not using any force fields, and there we have it. But I don't know if that that wasn't going to happen. I don't think. And Stardust really messes up his force fields, and I mean that makes the difference. He loses all of his sentries, and now these Stalkers, they're not going to be enough compared to what they could have been.
He does have another Photon Overcharge though, so depending on how his Blink Maker is here, he might be able to hold this off.
But I mean, so many more lings and so many more Roaches coming across the map, some more Stalkers on the high ground here, and he blinks up to this high ground as well from the third base too. His third base is 100% going to die. A nice force field traps some of these Roaches, and Stardust is still actually okay-ish, I guess. I mean, these Roaches are on very low HP. More lings are coming in. I think the third base will 100% fall.
Yeah.
But these Roaches, they're all going to die. +2 is about to finish for Stardust as well. It's so hard, though. He can't get himself get into too much of a kind of forward position and get surrounded. But he's still kind of there in supply. He's still kind of just hanging on.
I definitely think he will make a comeback in this game.
I mean, third base dies, but he's still on more workers. The third base for the Zerg player isn't exactly mining a lot right now. He's only just starting to drone that up, so...
And that's exactly...
Yeah.
Right now, he just pretends he doesn't have that third base, because what does he have? Well, he did have 2 drones on it when I looked at it. But now he is starting to drone this up.
It was just a macro hatch, and now he drones it. Now he starts making use of it. And Stardust is actually going to move across the map, and with +2... And he's going to have a recall as well, which is the most important factor here, I think. The recall, the ability to just go back home if things get a little bit too out of hand. Is he going to be able to do anything here, or does he just try and retake a third base? I mean, He's moving his Zealot down to that third base to clean it up just a little bit, and he cleans out the watchtowers as well. The recall is the important factor here. We actually have infestors on the way from Lambo as well. They're not going to be a part of this for a little while, and a big blink to the side there to catch them Zerglings, which are trying to be split off. And Stardust just trying to find whatever damage he can find.
Profiting Glands is nearly finished, so he does have free infestors on the way, so if we can get them free infestors out and get some money fungal on this, that will be game over.
Yeah, the infestors are going to be a big factor. I mean, he's still got that recall though as well, as Stardust going to find himself an Overlord here. And again, any damage he does is a nice little bit of damage at this point. A row facility starts up for him, plus 3 starts up for him as well. This first infestor comes out before Pathogen Glance finishes, so a little bit of a mistake by him. And a blink away here now. These Stalkers are going to start running and start kiting, but I think he needs to just stop and try and maybe recall, but he's actually just going to keep on blinking, which kind of works as well. I mean, maybe. I mean, he can't lose too many Stalkers here, though. Blink comes up once again. He's going to get into his natural before he before anything else happens here, and that just stops the Ling aggression at least.
Yeah.
He lost quite a lot there. I'm just trying to run home, and Lambo just turns around as well at this point. So
right now, I think a DT Dart Tray needs to be thrown down here. He needs to start doing harassment the Zerd's economy. He really does, because the Zerd has just been able to drone up when he wants to this whole game. I mean, I've seen Lambo do this last game as well, was it?
I can't remember.
No, I'm not gonna. I'm losing memory. But yeah, with these infestors out, definitely all he has is blind stalkers. He's starting to get a couple of Zealots now, and the Immortals are starting to come out. Force fields aren't really going to contend with this at the moment. They might help against the Lings, but definitely when he starts going into Haders, or he's actually gonna get Roach bruised, so he can't move.
Stalkers killed the 4th base, but I mean still no 3rd base available. The 2 Lings blocking the 3rd base as well. Cannon goes down, still can't start that because the Lings are there, and Lings are just going to move across the map here to try and stop it, and Lambo's got enough to defend these Stalkers and to attack as well, so Stardust getting some Immortals up, he's getting a Warp Prism up here as well. A lot of Zealots coming in, he's trying to deal with these Zerglings, and they may very well deal with these Zerglings, but there's still a few Roaches there too. Stardust would have to move down with the rest of his units if he wants to save that, and it's cancelled. Starts up a Colossus and recalls home with them Stalkers he was being aggressive with as well, so I mean, the tech is still very low for Lambo, which is something you've got to kind of worry about. His hive starts up, he's got very few infestors though, and he does lose a few of these Roaches, but still no Observer from Stardust as well is a bit of an issue. He gets another sentry there as he unburrows. And still them Lings are burrowed at the 3rd base, which Stardust is still not reacting to.
Yeah.
Still hasn't made a cannon, it's still going to take him a long time to be able to get that. I mean, Stardust is only 40 supply behind here, and against Roach Ling, I mean, there's a few infestors mixed in, but it's not like he's on 10 infestors.
Yeah.
Stardust isn't completely out of this. If he'd had that 3rd base started already, he'd be in a much better position. If he didn't have them Lings there sitting annoying him, he'd be in a way, way better position. But he's starting to get Colossi out. He's finally getting this Observer up as well, so he's finally going to get that 3rd base. And he's also got a Warp Prism doing a good amount of harassment as well. It's been in the main, it's been in the natural, and he's gotten a good amount of workers here, which is going to start setting Lambo back. Lambo's only on 46 drones at this point.
Yeah, and that's what I was just about to say. Stardust has the probe, so as soon as that third base completes, even if he long distance mains, he's still going to have that increase in economy. And when he has down the MX gateways and stuff, just this Roach Infestor composition is just going to get triced. Because he is starting out on more classes right now. And even with the burrow movement that he did get, which did get a recent buff, that's still not going to help. He does have observers with that. So, honestly, I honestly think that Lambo is just playing too passive at the moment. He needs to be a lot more aggressive. And he just cannot let Stardust form this army that he is forming right now.
Stardust is actually moving out. Again, he's got a recall here, which is very good. And he's still got that Warp Prism in the main base, flying around trying to do some damage. And Lambo is yet to secure a 4th. And again, he's only got 4 infestors. He does have 2 Vipers about to come out, but as Stardust comes in here, them 2 Vipers don't have any energy to abduct or anything right now. So Stardust can be aggressive here, and now he actually just falls back as well. So he doesn't have Thermal Lance, so probably not the best idea to use that. And his 3rd base finally finishes as well. His main base completely dry of minerals. His natural, it's actually doing okay as natural, but he just fall back here. Lambo max, so he's going to start banking up money here. And Stardust just going to keep getting Colossi, keep getting his upgrades, and go into Templar Archives as well.
Yeah, I honestly think that's the best way forward right now. He is going to need to stop them Vipers. If them Vipers get some lucky pulls on them Colossus and they focus down the Colossus, it is over. As that is the army that he...
That's why he needs the Templar Archives.
Yeah.
He needs to be able to hit them feedbacks to them Vipers, otherwise he's going to be in a lot of trouble. Even Blinding Clouds could be very good against this heavy Stalker composition, so...
Yep.
The initial Templar do come in here, and we do see the Zergler getting aggressive. Has been spotted by Hallucinated Phoenix, and Lambo looking as though he might move in for a kill here. Stardust on 170 supply, plus 3 weapons is done for him. His extended thermal land's about to finish too, so he's not looking too shabby in terms of tech. Can he hold off this fairly heavy Roach army? We're about to find out as these units start to come in, and Stardust, he loses 1-2 Colossi straight away.
Yep.
Nice feedback's coming down though, especially on the Infestors, and only one full goes down, but another Colossi is pulled, and only one Colossus remains here, and I'm not sure if it's going to be enough. Roach's burrow moving forward, and they get forward, and they're doing a good job. They take down the Immortal here as well. This Colossi is still doing damage, and it's going to live a little bit longer, but is it going to be enough? Photon Overcharge being used as well. Stalkers come in, which have Blink, and +1 armor about to kick in as well for Stardust here, and he will end up cleaning this up in the end. So he cleans this up. He lost a lot of Colossi though.
That was actually a lot closer than I thought it was going to get there.
Yeah, I mean, he hit some great
feedbacks.
He hit some great feedbacks, exactly. He killed off all but one Infestor here, and one Infestor remains, and it's going to go down because it's in the middle of the map here, and it doesn't actually get to use anything either. So a nice little pick off by Stardust. He resets the tech of his opponent while he gets his own tech reset as well, but he keeps his third base alive. He keeps mining. Stardust is on more workers than his opponent. He's on 58 probes against 44 drones. So he's still got a better economy here. If he can just keep hanging on, this Warp Prism is still harassing as well, and that's so important. Continuing to kill off workers, continuing to just harass. And, I mean, Stardust, he's still hanging on here. He's getting more Colossi out. He's got his Templars out. This time he's got Storm as well, so +1 armor's finished for him. His +2 armor's on the way. Like, this game is actually getting better and better for Stardust as it goes on at this point. He's gotten past the very difficult times, and I mean, he's done such a fabulous job to survive this long.
Yep.
You've got to give that to him. You know, he's it's been difficult for him. It's definitely not been easy, and I mean, both the Korean players from mYinsanity today have been putting up some fantastic holds and really clinching to life for mYinsanity in the clan war.
Yeah, we do definitely see now that the longer the game goes on, Roach just starts to just die a lot faster because of the Protoss upgrades, obviously, and then he's going to go into more tech options like Storm, and if he lands some Storms here on the top of these Roaches and feedbacks the Vipers, it would just be over right now for Lambo, but it just depends on how well Stardust can actually control his army. But this Conclave is being formed now in the Viper. Oh, some
nice feedback
decent
on the Vipers,
feedbacks there.
Initially, and there is a Storm coming in as well. Blinding Cloud goes down, and a Fungal as well combined with that. It makes it very difficult in Abduct. Getting one of the Colossi as well, and there's a second Colossi, but the Storm comes down again. There's so many Stalkers, and a blink forward here is going to kill off absolutely everything, and Stardust, after the 25-minute mark, finally takes a supply lead in this game. That Viper's going to die to a blink forward, and these Infestors are burrowed and trying to get away, but there's so many Stalkers here, and there's actually nothing at all for Lambo. He's with a Colossi and Immortal coming up as well. Lambo's in a lot of trouble, and Stardust looks as though we're going to be taking this into an ace match as the Queen goes down, and these Infestors with an Observer there start to go down as well. GG, he does it.